Hello everyone, it's Serenity. How are you doing? It's been a little while. I just wanted to come on here and say a few things. So, in one of my last videos, I'm not sure if it was my last one or the one before my last one. But either way, basically I was saying how Jehovah or Yahweh is not, the supreme God. He himself basically appointed himself as supreme God. But I also showed in the Bible in like Deuteronomy 32:8 and 9 that Yahweh was one of the sons of God and got an inheritance just like the other gods. Now, I got a comment like this, and it's like, okay, so I'm telling you, Yahweh is not God. There's more than one God, but you still don't believe it. Now, there's also another, scriptures that talk about this. There's some in the Gnostic Gospels as well. But in Psalm 82, basically it talks about, the higher ranking God among a council of gods. Once again, showing from the Bible that there are multiple gods, not just this one. So this is actually interesting because, ew, so many bugs. It's interesting because many of these gods, and I've said this in other videos, were evil. They were wicked. They were tolerating badness and participating in it as well as creating it. So there was justice in a way, for these gods doing these things, because many think that, these ones who were creators and just did whatever they wanted and were evil could just get away with whatever they wanted, but that's not the case. And in Psalm 82, if you read this, it lets you know that yes, the punishment was that these gods who were immortal and did not really suffer the same consequences as common man would actually die like men. I also mentioned how in other videos that not all beings or men, humans, were created equal. There were ones that were created as a slave race. So basically they were not immortal even though their DNA was extracted from angelic humans. So I had mentioned this in other videos. I'm not going to get into it or this video will be way too long. But this was one of the consequences is, okay, if you want to create beings that die, then you need to also die like you created them. So essentially, it would kind of be like an insect's lifespan. Like they're here to do what they do, procreate, and then they die and that's it. There is no, immortality, afterlife, anything like that. So that is what that is about. But again, it's saying that there are multiple gods. Now, there are other passages like in the Gnostic Gospels that also talk about, male and female gods. Plural. This is normal because these ones were also created to create. I was emailing someone and I was saying that, Source is not a one man or one woman show. There are many aspects of everything that you see around you and the universe. It is not the concept of God that is portrayed in the Bible. Actually, this God that many think is God and worship in different religions, not just Yahweh, but he's called Allah. He's called all types of things. Various names throughout, various time periods. He was sent by these beings, basically, that work together, not for the good of mankind or the planet or anything like that. Again, in the Gnostic Gospels, it tells you about this. It sounds bad, but basically it's in the Apocalypse of the Great Power, where it basically says the great logos, which I already said was the word, which if you looked at the video with the chart, I explained this. So basically, the logos became enraged and wished to visit their land. These archons basically got an impersonator who would teach circumcision and condemn the uncircumcised Gentiles who are true people. But basically, these ones and this impersonator would send false teachers in advance to do evil, essentially. And that's why we see what we see today. This impersonator is the one Jehovah's Witnesses worship and, you know, basically say is God. Now, I don't blame the people per se. I blame the leaders and the ones who are over the leaders who are fooling people into basically believing lies. I should just read this whole passage because it will tell you exactly what is going on as far as what happened and how we got to the place that we are now, as far as, you know, the lie being the truth and the truth being the lie. But Jehovah's Witnesses, if you can just think on a smaller scale, okay, that when your governing body members say that they're not inspired, just let that sink in. They said they are not inspired. Essentially, these ones would be blind then because they're not inspired. They have no inspiration from a higher power. So you have to ask yourself, where are they getting their teachings and their information if they are not inspired? Essentially, they're blind, and that's what they did admit to in that, what do you call it, the TV thingy. Their version of televangelizing. They admitted this. And what did Yeshua or Jesus say about the blind leading the blind? They both fall into a pit. I'm not here to get you to go to any type of religion or anything like that. I'm just here to tell you the truth. Whether you believe it or not, the truth is always the truth. It never changed. It did get corrupted. Evil did take over, but we cannot keep coming here and teaching the truth and it get corrupted. We cannot be here at all times. There's other places in the universe to be. It's like a parent trying to always shower the naughty child with all the attention at the expense of the children that are trying to do the right thing, you know? So even now, for me, I'm all about peace, love, and light, but because I'm here in the physical, able to interact and see things and whatnot, and yeah, just observe. I cannot sit here and basically have the same feeling and reverence for all life that I had before. I cannot, because it's like having termites in the house and basically having that compassion for the termites' life, that you allow them to live at the expense of the tenants of the home. That's what this is, this planet, in my mind, is right now. There are pests, these evil ones that do not have any regard for the tenants of this planet. They actually want to do bad, even if it means destroying the very home that they inhabit. And that is something I cannot back anymore. I cannot sit here and say, well, life is a life. Let's give them all these chances. Maybe they'll turn around. Because at the end of the day, a termite is a termite, and it's going to do what it's going to do. There is no changing them. So you have to eradicate them one way or another. So, yeah, that's the conclusion I've come to. Yes, I hold life in high esteem, but I am no longer holding all life, in high esteem at the expense of the lives and the ones that are trying to do the right thing and live by the law of love. I think that's going to be it for today. I have so much that I want to actually tell you, but I will do it in little pieces and whatnot. But I want to ask you guys, how are you doing? Like, how are you doing? Have you noticed that, like, time is speeding up? Have you noticed that maybe your actual physical bodies feel different? And those of you who have noticed changes with the sun, and why would they want to block the sun? I'm just curious if you've observed things, that's all. But again, I will say that these ones are very desperate now to cause any distractions possible in order to distract the public. Now, don't get fooled by it. Don't get wrapped in to all the nonsense. Stay focused on love, compassion, but at the same time, do not tolerate evil. Do not tolerate injustice. Observe, as I have, and then make your own decisions and put up your own boundaries based on your observations, okay? That is all I think I have to say for today. Like, even now I'm killing mosquitoes, but at first, like initially, I would cry when I even had to kill a fly or anything. I am not the same person. And that is what evolving is, based on experience. No one should be afraid to evolve. The core frequency is the same, but when the environment changes, you have to change with it. Don't forget that. All right? So yeah. I love you so, so very much. And I'm sending my peace to you as always. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.